This video is for those of you who think that all scholars and historians are convinced that Jesus existed. This is an article from Dr. Richard Carrier listing 48 modern scholars and historians who either think Jesus did not exist at all or think it's plausible that he did not exist. A list of historians who take mythicism seriously by Richard Carrier, August 25th, 2022. There are legitimate reasons to doubt Jesus existed, even as a mundane man whose legend became exaggerated. These reasons have survived peer review twice, and yet a common fallacy deployed against this fact is that no relevant experts take this seriously. This is already a fallacy. Once there is a multiply corroborated peer-reviewed challenge to a consensus, that means it's substantial enough that the consensus needs to be re-examined on the new evidence and analysis presented. You cannot just say no one takes it seriously as an excuse to not even conduct the examination. Below is a list of bona fide experts, scholars with actual and relevant PhDs, many even sitting or emeritus professors, alive as of 2014, who were not convinced that Jesus was a real person. In the following list, I present in bold text those historians who either doubt the historicity of Jesus or have admitted to being agnostic about it, as in they are unsure whether he existed or not. All the other scholars listed are convinced Jesus existed, but they have gone on record admitting that at least some theories of the origin of Christianity without a real Jesus can be plausible enough that the debate is worth taking seriously and should not just be dismissed. Thomas Brody. I'll give you a moment to pause if you want to read additional information. Richard Carrier, the author of this article. Raphael Lataster and Robert Price. Thomas Thompson. Philip Davies. Hector Avalos and Arthur Droge, Carl Ruck and David Madison, J. Harold Ellens, Nicholas Peter Allen in his book The Jesus Fallacy, The Greatest Lie Ever Told, Rodney Blackhurst, Derek Murphy in Jesus, Potter, Harry Christ, Marian Hiller, Christoph Batch, Charlotte Tauati, Herman Dietering, Zeba Crook, Kurt Knoll, Emmanuel Foe, James Crossley, Justin Meggitt, Darren Slade, Steve Mason, Richard Miller, John Kloppenborg, Tom Dykstra, Fernando Bermejo Rubio, Francesca Stavrakopoulou, Burton Mack, Gerd Ludeman, Christopher Hartney, Carol Cusack, Matti Kankanimi, Norman Sims, Juuso Loikkanen, Esko Ryokas, Petteri Nieminen, Thomas Romer, Uriel Rappaport, Milad Milani, David Trobish, Clint Heacock, Nina Livesey, who specializes in Pauline literature and does not think that Paul was a historical figure, C.J. Cornthwaite, Lucia Suter Raymond, Radostal Zarnecki. This is 48 modern, relevantly qualified experts in the field who now concur that mythicism is at least plausible, and a third of them are outright deniers that Jesus existed. There are surely many others who simply haven't gone on record, just like Davies, who feared backlash from admitting his doubt publicly while alive. This is a large number of Bible scholars and historians who challenge the consensus that Jesus was a real person. What you need to understand about the scholarly consensus about the existence of Jesus: the scholars do not think that the biblical version of Jesus existed. They think Jesus was a normal human who may have been a charismatic speaker who acquired a following of people, even though he never performed any miracles. And then they wrote mythological, fictional stories about this leader after he died and stayed dead. So technically, the scholarly consensus is the Bible is lies and mythology, and that Christianity is a false religion.